The wrong crew can turn your Malawi dream into a full-blown warzone. The right crew, a thriving underwater kingdom. So how do you choose the perfect blend of African cichlids for your tank? If you've ever asked yourself that question, today you are getting my classified secret formula for recruiting the ultimate cichlid crew. And let's just hope Plankton isn't watching this one. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Today's topic might just be the most asked about thing on every fish keeping forum. Sometimes people are just sitting there waiting for someone to hand feed them the perfect blend of African cichlids, forgetting the most important question: what do you like? In my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect Malawi crew. Why? Because with every African cichlids, you never really know what you're gonna get. Even the most peaceful species can turn out to be complete psychos. It's like they wake up in the morning, spin some invisible fortune wheel, and decide who they're gonna annoy today. But there are tactics you can use when picking your final crew to minimize the chances of your fish hating each other to death. And today, I'm showing you exactly what they are. Here's what matters most when building your final crew: tank size. This determines both which species you can consider and how many you can keep. You can't put a whale in the bathtub and expect him to feel great, come on now. Choose one type of cichlid. Mbuna, Peacocks, or Haps. I don't recommend mixing them unless you've got experience. And if you do, I know you'll make it work. Know your goal. Is it going to be a display tank or just for show? Breeding setup, or maybe a hybrid style like I'm doing with Monkama? Because here's the truth: with a solid plan from the start, there's way less room for unexpected chaos later. So, you know what to do, agent. Plan your tank. As you probably know from basic aquarium school, not all species go well together. But wait, they come from the same lake, they need the same parameters, sure. But in the wild, Mother Nature decides who eats and who gets eaten. If you want that level of chaos in your tank, fine, don't listen to me. So, what are the basic guidelines for picking species that can actually tolerate each other? First, African cichlids are some of the most narcissistic creatures known to man. That goes for the males. Ladies are usually fine hanging out together. The point? Avoid putting two identical males in the same tank, or even two different species that look very similar. There's this thing called conspecific aggression, which basically means if you look like me, I hate you. So save your fish the drama, keep your variety, it'll make your tank look better too. Win-win. Second, match aggression levels. Yes, you might still get that one peaceful guy who terrorizes everyone. But generally, every species has its own temper rating. Avoid pairing peaceful species with those notorious for being a tank bullies. If your must-have fish is a boss level jerk, then build the rest of the crew to match his energy. Finally, mix up their habits and territories. Even though African cichlids are similar shapes and general behavior, they do have different roles in the tank. Some are cave sitters, like many smaller Mbuna. Some are active mid-water swimmers, looking at you, Burley. Say hi, Ace. Some are sand sifters, like certain Lethrinops species. By combining different habitat types, you reduce direct competition and hopefully keep the peace. At least a little. Every Malawi tank is like a movie set, and every fish plays a role. When you are planning your crew, You need to know the cast before you buy the tickets. You'll always have one tank boss. That's just the way it is. Sometimes they're abusive tyrants, chasing and beating everyone. Best kind of boss, the one who rules by presence. Quick chases, no injuries, just respect. Then you've got the contenders, one or two fish gunning for the throne. Sometimes they succeed, overthrow the king, and rewrite the whole storyline. You'll also get the weaklings, hiding in the shadows or taking beating every day. If that's the case, you have to step in before they mysteriously vanish. If you keep females, they are the background cast that keeps the main actors sane. They play a huge role in keeping the males from going full cycle on everyone else. Golden rule: multiple females per male. Always. And last, my personal favorite, the chill guys. They don't care about politics. They're not scared, they're not aggressive. They just live their best life. When you build your stocking list, make sure these roles are balanced. That's how you achieve the real balance of power. Let's go over some major red flags. Mixing Mbunas, Peacocks and Haps without any plan or regard for the nature. Too many males from one species. You're just asking for a trouble, speaking from experience right here. Buying fish that are way too small for established big crew, or way too big for your young crew. To keep balance, always add at least 3 cichlids at once, and make sure they are smaller, but not bite-sized. These are simple rules that make life so much easier. Thank me later. Alright agents, now for the dessert. The secret secret formula for a successful Malawi tank. First, pick one of 3 groups of cichlids, Mbuna, Peacocks or Haps, and consider your tank size because each group has different minimum space requirements. Let's say you decided you want Mbunas for your 125-gallon tank. Great. Now decide if you want to keep larger breeding groups or go for an all-male type aquarium. This will determine how many species you can keep. Let's say you chose harems. Perfect, let's build on that. Pick one species that you absolutely want to see in your tank, your must-have. Make sure your aquarium meets their needs, and then choose the rest of your crew around that species. For example, you pick Metriacrima zebra gold kawanga, a big Mbuna species, semi-aggressive, semi-territorial. You want harems, so let's say they're your 1+4 group. For a 125-gallon tank, you can easily keep 4 or 5 harems like that. Next, choose species with similar aggression levels and territoriality, but with different colors and habits. For example, white-tailed ICI, open water swimmers, calm but big, they won't be pushed around. Labidochromis hongi, smaller, territorial, and stick close to the rocks. Pseudotropheus sokolophis snow, a striking white variant of well-known blue semi-aggressive cichlid. Cynotilapia afra kobu, light blue, semi-aggressive, and full of personality. Obviously, you can mix and match tons of combinations this way. And it works for peacocks and haps too. Let your imagination take over. And remember agents, pick something you truly like. With this secret formula, it's not as hard as it seems. Plankton tried his whole life to get it. And I just gave it to you for free. You're welcome. And that's how you build a secret crew that thrives, instead of self-destructing. Agents, if you got your own secret formula, drop it in the comments. And remember, There's no wrong approach when it's about choosing what you like. If you made it all the way here, you might as well hit that subscribe button and stay submerged. Underwater Depth, out.